It's time for another video lesson, friends. This one's on fossils. Ooh. Okay, so it wouldn't be a video lesson if we didn't start off with a question to think about. Our question is, what can fossils tell us about the past? Go ahead and pause the video and write your hypothesis in the I think because sentence stem. Okay, so let's be thinking about this. What can fossils tell us about the past? Before we can figure that out, we got to know what a fossil is. Fossils are the remains or marks of an animal or plant that lived long ago. Now, I'm not talking about yesterday long ago or even 5 years ago. I'm talking about long, long ago, before Abraham Lincoln was president and before we ever decided to be roaming the earth. We're talking a long time ago. So, there are two types of fossils. First, you have body fossils. Body fossils can be taken as cast or molds, so that means most of the parts or all of the parts are intact of the animal. So if a mosquito gets caught in some sap and the entire mosquito is still in there and it's enclosed, kind of like in Jurassic Park, that would be considered a cast or a mold. The other type of body fossils are if you find bones or teeth of an animal. Trace fossils, though, are slightly different. A trace fossil is when scientists find an old nest or a burrow of an animal that's still fully intact, some eggshells, or maybe footprints of an animal that has lived a long time ago. So this leads us into our first activity, which is the fossil sort. So all you need to do is you're going to look at the pictures of the fossils and sort the fossils onto the mat. The mat should have cast and molds, bones and teeth, and trace fossils. So look at the pictures and sort them, pause the video and sort those into the mat now. Go ahead and go back to your tree map. So you had your two types of fossils, body fossils and trace fossils. But we really want to know, what can they tell us about the past? Well, body fossils are normally used to figure out what the animal looked like, maybe the size of the animal, what the animal ate. Whereas trace fossils might be where the animal lived, what the animal ate, or even how fast the animal moved. Go ahead and pause this video now to make sure you have a completed tree chart. So, now it's time for activity number 2. What can I learn from this? Here are the directions. You're going to look at the picture. Write the number of the picture in your science notebook. Beside it, write down all the things you know about the animal based off the fossil in the picture. For example, if I had a picture where this animal had flat teeth like this, I might say, this animal has a flat tooth, it has a flat tooth, excuse me. So it probably eats plants. We know this because the teeth are flat. Go ahead and pause the video now and do activity number 2. So, you can also tell how long ago an animal lived by finding a fossil. Don't forget to add an ing here. I don't know what it was doing. Sleepwalking, I suppose. So let's look at activity number 3. Layers of strata. Here are the directions. Put one color of Play-Doh into the plastic cup. Then you're going to place one of the plastic toys close to the side of the cup. Then you're going to put a second layer of Play-Doh in the plastic cup. Kind of smush it down. Place another toy close to the same side as toy number 1. Then you're going to put a third color of Play-Doh in the plastic cup. And then, again, you're going to place another toy and then put the fourth color of Play-Doh in the plastic cup. Go ahead and pause the video and complete this now. Now, in your science notebook, you're going to draw your cup with all the layers. This is kind of an example here. You might color yours. And then answer the following questions. Which toy do you think would represent the oldest fossil and why? And then which toy do you think would represent the youngest fossil and why? Pause the video, draw your picture, and answer your questions. Let's do a quick answer check on this. Toy number 1 represents the oldest fossil because it was buried first, or the longest time ago. Remember, the deeper it is buried, the older the fossil is. Just a bit of quick review. Fossils can tell us a lot about our past, what animals ate, how they moved, and where they lived. Make sure to do a little cleanup. Make sure all the parts of the station are put back better than when you came. That means everything back into the baskets. If it had been in a bag, make sure it's in the correct labeled bag. And all of the computers are put up nicely. Make sure your Play-Doh is returned to the correct container and closed tight. Thanks again for visiting. Bye-bye.